Is it a sin to listen to secular music or watch movies? I'm pretty sure most of y'all must have answered by the time you have read the title. If you have never thought about it, then take your time and think about it. Some must have answered, no doubt on that. Or some must have exclaimed, is that even a question? Or some must have said, that's an individual choice, no judging on that. Or some must have said, oh yes, it's a sin. Or maybe. I am pretty sure that this question must have crossed every Christian's mind at least once. But before I give you an answer, let me share why and how I stopped watching movies or listening to movie songs or secular songs. In my childhood years, it was a forbidden fruit. Means my parents never allowed me to listen to secular songs or watch any movies. But in my teen years, this question always haunted me. But I used to ignore the fact and continue listening to all sort of artists, watch a lot of movies and serials and sitcoms and all the shows that were on the television. When I used to attend youth meetings or teen meetings and heard sermons, I had a second thought about it whether what I'm doing is right or no, or is it a sin? I used to come back home and delete all the downloaded songs in my phone and computer for a few days. But the temptation was so strong that I used to eventually get it back from my friends. I have asked the same question to multiple people in multiple occasions, but never got a satisfactory answer. So I continued watching serials and listening songs. One fine day, while I was reading the Bible, I stumbled upon a verse from John chapter 15, verse 2, which says, he cuts off every branch in me that bears no fruit, while every branch that does bear fruit, he prunes so that it will be even more fruitful. That's when I realized that watching serials or listening to such songs will never help me to grow spiritually. The time you spend in watching serials and so many things, you are hooked on to these stuffs and you spend less time with God. People often cut unwanted branches and dry branches so that the trees grow back in a healthy manner. In the same way, Jesus wants us to cut off the things that is present in our life which is unhealthy, which is not required, so that we will grow healthy in our spiritual lives. When you're listening to such songs or watching series or sitcoms and watching episodes back to back, you are spending less time with God and you're hooked on to these stuffs. You will find the serials and series more interesting than reading Bible or praying. When you listen to such songs or watch such movies or serials, you're exposed to lyrics which consist of lust, vulgar languages. I'm not saying that all the songs or all the series do have such kind of stuffs, but when you listen to a Christian song, the time that you spend with God helps you in getting more closer to God. Trust me, the peace and the happiness you get in God's presence, you will never find that peace or happiness. anywhere else. Also, when you delete or when you decide to take a step back or not listen to secular songs or watch a movie, the temptation will be too strong to do it again. But just pray and say, Lord, help me to overcome my temptation. He will see the desire of your heart and help you out. I still feel tempted to listen to those songs or watch a serial, but it's better to do God's will and be happy forever rather than doing our wish and being depressed always. Also, remember everything is permissible, but not everything is beneficial in your life. So, if Jesus is speaking to you right now through this verse that He wants to cut off certain unwanted things in your life, allow Him to do so.